How's it going, everyone? My name's Aiden. Welcome back. Today's day 270 post back on this channel. Back in the journey once again. Hopefully, you all are having such a wonderful Sunday today and another day in the weekend. Of course, we have made it to the end. We got another week ahead, so it's time to put them thinking caps back on and lock back in. But with that being said, today's message that I want to talk about is self sabotage can, in fact, disguise as comfort. Before we get into today's message, let's talk about the day real quick. Woke up after yesterday's full day of activities, and we decided to go to Apple Orchard. That was fun, and I came home. I did an assignment. I actually already made a daily list and master list for this week, and I've already completed one assignment. So pretty happy about that. The only thing I look forward to is going to bed and resetting for this week. So back to today's message. Self-sabotage can really disguise itself as comfort, and you don't even realize it. The comfort zones that we have are nice because we're able to relax, we're able to be calm within ourselves. We can just do so much in our own comfort zones, but you also have to realize that those comfort zones are also beautiful prisons. We're able to entrap ourselves so easily into our comfort zones because it's something that we're used to doing. It's an environment that we're comfortable in. More so, we can say that we are all comfortable in our own skin. But sometimes, when it comes to being so comfortable, there's things that you do to yourself that you might not even realize. One of the forms is self sabotage. Now, being a pro at self sabotaging, I could say that it's not a fun experience. I'm sure we've all done it once in our life, maybe more, maybe multiple times. That I can, in fact, account for. Self sabotage is one of those forms of pure hatred that you have for yourself. You don't really want to admit it to the world, so you sit there and you beat yourself up for some things that you can't even control. Like, it's one thing when it comes to beating yourself up for a mistake that you made. And sure, I mean, the first couple times, yeah, I mean, you're going to hate yourself for it. But every single time, you cannot beat yourself up for it because your mind will become comfortable to beating yourself up all the time. It won't even hurt anymore, is the thing. It's that you'll be so used to it that you'll be numb to the pain. Not saying that in a good way either, because we don't want to be used to pain. We want to be used to love. We don't want to be used to pure hatred against ourselves. We want to be used to self acceptance, self giving, self preserving. And really, when you are in such a vulnerable position and you're comfortable with yourself in every aspect, sometimes you're way too comfortable with just hating on who you are as a person, hating the things that you do for yourself. You might think that you're not even worthy of them. So you just sit there and just make fun of yourself. And like I said before, sometimes you don't even recognize that you're even beating yourself up and you're self sabotaging yourself. I guess something that has kind of helped me with it, and I can explain an experience that I've had, is to just accept the fact that stuff's going to happen. Sometimes you have absolutely zero control over it, and you just have to move on. You just have to take it how it is, learn with it, and move on. Because life will throw so many different things at you, and you cannot catch them all. It's like Pokemon. Like, they say you can catch them all, but here, nah, you cannot catch it all. I guess I've had a lot of, big experiences when it comes to trying to figure out how to stop self sabotaging. And I guess it's like with always beating myself up about my past, I have a guilty past of, I never really spent as much time with my dad as I wanted to. And I always sit here and I complain about it, but yet I had all those years, when he was alive. And I decided to, rot in my room and not do anything about it and not, be with him. And I always beat myself up for it. I always hate myself for it. And like I always just like, will forever like pretend I'm just beating myself up and I just watch it every single time. I get in a way how I've really gotten over that is, I was young and I was a kid. I didn't know that my dad was gonna die. Like some of these things you just don't even know. Like you don't know in the moment until after what happens. And from there, I've kind of just, picked myself up and said, "That's life. Like you didn't know, and now moving forward. So now to spend time with the people around you. Give your friends a hug, tell them you love them. Because you never know when your last day is. And just keep in mind that although, you can say to yourself, I'm not going to be, sabotaging myself anymore, I'm not going to be hurting myself anymore, you need to actually back that up with an action. You need to actually do something to stop what it is. Because if you sit here and you say all this stuff, but you never act upon it, it will get worse. It always gets worse. Things always tend to linger, when you know it's a problem and you know you have to solve it, but you choose not to. Not because you feel like you have to, but it's something that you want to do, but you choose not to do it. So in order for you to really change the self-sabotage, you have to act upon it by accepting the fact that what you were beating yourself up for you have no control over anymore, and you have to accept it, love yourself, give yourself grace for even being able to push through it and move on. That's life. Shit's gonna happen, and you're not gonna know when it's gonna happen or why it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. So, with that being said, guys, I hope y'all have such a great rest of the evening, and remember to take care of yourself, use whatever you matter, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.